I'm thinking like 6. But you have to decide more like, yeah. It's far. So I said 20 minutes. Really? I'm like, it's getting more like foresty. I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, they don't want you to I know. Yeah. Oh no. Jackson, Jerry Hill. Yeah. I dress up. I'm old.
You're not my age.
You know the hell I am, so.
Yeah, I do. I do write it down.
I'm older than you think.
Sometimes I'm daydreaming.
I promise you.
Okay, here we go. Is she coming? You know, I think she's supposed to be. I talked to her the other day. She said.
What did they get? One?
I know.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the February 1st meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. Before we begin, let me just brief you on a few protocols and procedures. When a case is called, the applicant or the applicant's representative will come up and present their case. After that, anyone who wishes to say something either for or against the application will be able to do so. Everybody is given the opportunity to speak, and everyone will get a chance. When all who wish to speak have done so, the applicant or the applicant's representative will make a final statement. Will you all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Do we have any postponements?
Hearing number 1, and hearing number 10. Okay.
Is anybody here for those hearings? That's
Hearing number 1
one
is Appeal 23-659, Lloyd Lister. And hearing number 10 is Appeal 23-683, Daisy Wilkonski.
Okay, seeing no one is here, we'll start with the first case.
Hearing number 2, appeal number 23-670, 2 Sunset Boulevard, Massapequa, New York.
Tell the truth in these proceedings.
I do.
Name and address, please.
Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round Swamp Road, Old Bethpage. Good evening,
Thank you.
members of the board. I passed up some photos for the board. Mr. and Mrs. Gardner are seeking a variance to maintain a front stoop with steps having less than the average front yard setback and exceeding the maximum building coverage. I've taken photos of the board of the front stoop. This replaced the existing stoop that was there. It's not covered over. It's an attractive addition. Many of the other homes in this area have replaced the stoops. Presently, the lot coverage is 21.14%, where 20% is the maximum. The deck and stoop are open. If this variance was granted, the homeowners would condition not to further enclose them. As the photos show, the property is excellent condition and well maintained. The property has been sold and there's money held in escrow.
Does anybody have any questions? Anybody in the audience wish to speak? Okay, no one has any questions, correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion? Decision of the board will be, the case will now be closed, and this will be notified of the decision.
Thank you.
Hearing number 3, appeal number 23-678, 27 Deepwater Avenue, Massapequa, New York.
Good evening, Board. My name is Justin Phillips of NYCD Group, here appearing before you.
Are you an attorney?
No, I am not. I'm an expediter.
Would you raise your right hand, please? Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Thank you. Name and address.
Justin Phillips, NYCD Group, 118 Baker Court, Island Park, New York, 11558.
Thank you.
We're here requesting a variance from the town's ordinance for permission to install an in-ground swimming pool with a 5-foot setback on side and rear instead of the code-required 10-foot. Pool equipment with a 3.8-foot setback instead of the code-required 10 feet, and installation of a 6-foot-high vinyl fence on the secondary front yard property line along Albatross Place for a length of 68 linear feet to complete the code-required pool barrier, where code allows only a 4-foot-high fence. The parcel is a pre-existing non-conforming lot for an R10 zoning district and is a corner lot. A previous variance was granted in 1961 to erect a dwelling with less width area, side and front setbacks. Due to it being a substandard lot for the R110 zoning district, it's nearly impossible to comply with the zoning ordinance for this proposed swimming pool. We are proposing to install a 12-foot by 20-foot in-ground swimming pool, which is a relatively small pool for in-ground. The side yard setbacks cannot be achieved due to the diminished width of the lot. If the pool were relocated to meet these setbacks, the water's edge and associated coping would be pushed past the side foundation line of the dwelling, encroaching into the secondary front yard, bringing it closer to the front property line along Albatross Place, which is prohibited. Compliance with the rear property line cannot be achieved, as moving the pool to comply would locate it approximately 2 feet from the rear foundation line of the dwelling, which is impractical. The associated filter equipment is proposed in the side yard with a 3.8-foot setback. This is the only practical location for the filter equipment to be located, as it cannot be situated within 6 feet of water's edge, and due to the small backyard, there's no place in that area for us to place it. In regards to the variance request for the fence, this request again relates back to the nature of it being an undersized lot. If the fence were relocated to be 10 feet from the front property line, it would meet the side foundation of the house and would eliminate the side yard usable space for their child. And it would also locate the fence just over 4 feet from water's edge. For this reason, we propose a 6-foot fence at the front property line, which would not affect the site view for the abutting property along Albatross Place, as their driveway is located approximately 50 feet from that fence.
That's what, okay.
It will also not affect the sight line of the intersection formed by Albatross and Deepwater, as it will terminate at the front foundation line of the house, approximately 32 feet from the intersection.
Fine.
If you're familiar with the area of Massapequa, the fence is in keeping with the neighborhood and the existing properties around. We do understand that the code allows for a 4-foot fence as part of the pool barrier. We are asking for the 6-foot fence for privacy, as they have a child, and also safety, since it's a corner lot.
Okay, fine. Any questions from the board? Anyone wish to speak? All right, fine. Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Case is closed, and you'll be notified of our decision.
Thank you.
Hearing number 4, appeal number 23-707, 36 Ripplewater Avenue, Massapequa, New York.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address.
Good evening. My name is Cole Gartmere from Long Island Perfect Permits, 124 Front Street, Suite 205, Massapequa Park, New York, 11762. An agent representing Regis Dillon, owner of 36 Ripplewater Avenue, Massapequa, New York, Section 66, Block 85, Lot 58. This property is in an R110 zone. Permit R22001584 was issued to install an in-ground pool. During construction, the pool equipment was moved to the east side of the property next to the existing AC unit. The equipment is required to maintain a 60-foot front yard setback. The current equipment. The equipment currently maintains a 44-foot front yard setback. As mentioned, the equipment is located next to an AC condensers. My client would be open to providing additional screening for the equipment if the board desires so, but the equipment is already pretty much screened from the 6-foot PVC fence. We've spoken to some of the surrounding neighbors. They don't have any issues, and I have some consents to submit.
Do you have a consent from the neighbor most affected by this?
I have a consent from 39, so no, I do not have one for, it would be house number 112, or I would say from house number 111, which is across the, I guess you would say across the street, even though there's a little bit more of a buffer because there is a, like, existing plot of land the town of Oyster Bay owns. I can pass up the radius map, a smaller version of the
But you
radius map.
spoke to all the neighbors? All the
I believe they
neighbors
spoke
were
to
spoken?
all the neighbors, correct. Those are the only two signatures they were able to collect, though.
And it's, the fence, they can't see over?
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Any questions? Correspondence? What?
Want to see if there's anyone in the audience?
I just asked.
Okay, so
Yeah.
and here,
Any,
sorry.
I'll do it again. Anybody have questions?
And Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Okay, motion?
Decision.
The case is closed, and you'll be notified of our decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Hearing number 5, appeal number 23-754, Adam Logudis, 42 Hampton Boulevard, Massapequa, New York.
Marcel, choose Jones proceeding?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Adam Logidis, 42 Hampton Boulevard, Massapequa, New York, 11758. Good evening, my name is Adam Logidis, and I'm the owner and architect residing at the subject property, 42 Hampton Boulevard, Massapequa, New York, 11758. Nassau County Tax Map, Section 65, Block 114, Lots 1610 through 1613, zoned R1-7 by the town of Oyster Bay. My wife Alexa is here joining us. As you can see, my wife's expecting. This will be our third child. We have two, and we have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old at home, and we're looking to expand our house. Along with a fourth bedroom, we're proposing a new dining room. Our parents currently host weekly and every holiday. Since they're starting to develop health issues as they age, we as a family have decided to alleviate some stress and begin hosting at our home. We have a large family and need more space to accommodate. We're proposing a 2-story addition, a dining room on the first floor, a 4th bedroom above. This addition does not conform with one of the 2 front yard setback regulations for corner properties as required by zone R1-7. Zoning calls for a residence to be set back 25 feet from the property line or equal to the average front yard setback, whichever is greater. Unfortunately for us, the average front yard setback on Fox Boulevard, excuse me, for our parcel is 38 feet, and our proposed setback is the 25 feet. Our current setback is 40 feet, so we're asking for 13 feet of relief. Within our neighborhood, Fox Boulevard would be considered unique in the fact that most other streets have homes that have 25-foot front yard setbacks. Although, 1 block north of us on Fox Boulevard, 3 out of 4 corner property houses are set back 25 feet. And 1 block north of that, 1 out of the 4 corner houses have a 25-foot setback as well. And I have photographs and aerial to show that as well.
They look like they're the same.
Yeah. Our second variance listed is regarding a 6-foot-high fence in 2 locations on Fox Boulevard. Prior to purchasing the house 6 years ago, we had the previous owner obtain COs for all the fences. That CO was obtained on April 20th, 2017. I was informed a few weeks ago that the CO was wrongfully issued and the fences must be added to this variance because they're in the front yard on Fox Boulevard. My plan is not to replace any of the fencing, but only to modify the length as needed to allow for the wraparound porch we have in the plans. I have gone door to door to all affected neighbors, reviewed our plans with them, and explained why we must come before the board this evening to seek relief. all completely understand the plans, have no issues. Those properties are as follows: 110 Fox Boulevard, 116 Fox Boulevard, 105 Fox Boulevard, 109 Fox Boulevard, 80 Hampton Boulevard, 83 Hampton Boulevard, 41 Hampton Boulevard, and 40 Hampton Boulevard. Those neighbors have all signed consent forms that I'd like to submit to the board at this time. We believe our design not only fits the character of the neighborhood, but will drastically improve the aesthetics of our corner. We also believe that, if approved, our proposal will have no adverse effect on the neighboring properties or the neighborhood in general. Thank you.
First, any questions? Anyone wishing to speak on this matter? Okay. Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Did a thorough job on it.
Thank you.
Hearing number 6, appeal number 23-758, Gary Sally at 78 Monroe Avenue, Massapequa, New York.
Thank you. These consents? These are consents?
Excuse me?
Are these consents?
No, they're letters from two doctors and Mr. Sally.
Very good.
I think you may have them already. but-
Okay, thank you. Thomas, tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Name and address, please.
John Tufel, professional engineer, 707 Route 110, Farmingdale. I'm here tonight with Gary and Faja Sally of 78 Monroe Avenue, Massapequa, who are seeking variances for average front yard setback and maximum gross floor area for a 295 square foot second-story addition in the same area as an existing carport, which has been removed.
What's that?
The zone is R110, where the minimum required average front yard setback is 31.63 feet, and we are requesting 24 feet. The proposed second-story addition will not go any closer to the front property line than the existing second story of the house. Also, the 31.63-foot average front yard setback required is skewed somewhat by the second property to the north, where the house is set back quite far, actually 36 feet. We're also requesting a gross floor area of 3,818.74 square feet, where 3,554.78 square feet is permitted by ordinance. We'd like to point out that this is a substandard lot at only 9,365 square feet, where 10,000 square feet is required in the R110 zoning district, and this accounts actually for most of the maximum gross floor area variance. Faja Sally has discussed the proposed addition with her most affected neighbor to the north at 76 Monroe, and has shown the plans to them, and they have no problem with the proposal. We'd also like to point out that this is a hardship application, as Mr. and Mrs. Sally's 12-year-old son is on the autism spectrum, and two medical professionals have recommended the proposed addition with direct access to a fenced-in backyard as a sensory room to enhance his growing independence and safety. I've submitted letters from two medical professionals and Mr. Sally to document this, which I think the board may have already, but I just thought I'd give them in again tonight. Regarding the differences from the prior zoning board of appeals decision 78-51 dated March 16th, 1978, where a 25-foot front yard, 11-foot south side yard, and 25-foot north side yard were granted. Today, we're requesting 24-foot front yard as part of the variance tonight, 11.4-foot south side yard and 12.4-foot north side yard. That's the difference between this variance and the one that was granted back in 78. And as the board knows, tonight only the 24-foot front yard and the maximum gross floor area are on the table tonight, but just to compare to the old variance from back in 1978. And finally, we're requesting a 2.5-foot south side yard setback to the shed where 3 foot is required. And that completes our case. If the board has any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions? Okay. Anyone from the audience wish to speak? Okay. Correspondence in addition to the...
That's those letters, and Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Okay, if we could pass the letter back so we have it to the case.
Thank you.
Okay, motion.
Decision.
Case is closed, and you'll be notified of the decision.
Thank you.
Hearing number 7, appeal number 23-664, Richard Grieco, 364 North Wyoming Avenue, North Massapequa, New York.
Hi. Raise your right hand. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Your name and address, please?
My name is Richard Grieco, and I live at 364 North Wyoming Avenue, excuse me, in Massapequa.
Thank you.
I'm here tonight requesting your approval for a variance to allow an existing front platform with steps to grade having less average front yard setback than permitted by ordinance. The front platform allows us to go in and out of the house safely and comfortably. Before this platform, my elderly mother-in-law, who needed a walker, was with us for a number of years, and it wasn't very easy for her to get in and out. My wife also, when she hurt her back, was using a walker for a short time, and this new platform was a godsend. Also, for a variance to allow an existing outdoor kitchen with gas barbecue and cooktop having less rear yard setback than permitted by ordinance. I have a deck with a non-permanent awning at the back of the house, and needed to have the barbecue safely away in order to have any kind of a fire hazard taken care of. And lastly, to amend specific plan as presented to appeal number 94-472 and granted by decision of the Zoning Board of Appeals dated December 1st, 1994. Do you have any questions? I'm a homeowner looking to make things right.
Anybody have any questions? Anyone wish to speak? No, it's a good case. By the way, if we don't ask questions, it's usually because we've all been to or one of us has been to the property and has checked it to find out, so we know ahead of time what to expect, so. Okay, correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion.
Decision.
The case is closed, and you'll be notified of the decision. Thank you.
Hearing number 8, appeal number 23-666, Christina Methical at 141 Cambridge Drive, Hicksville, New York.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes.
Name and address, please?
Brian Fiore, 208 North Wisconsin Avenue, Massapequa, New York, appearing on behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Methical. I just want to submit the letter of no objections from the neighbors and a rendering of the proposed house addition. So we're proposing a second-story addition with cantilevers, front roofed-over porch, and a two-story front addition. So I just want to clarify, the two-story front addition is very small. It's currently a ranch, and there's a 1.5 by about 13-foot bump out in the front of the house. What we're simply doing is centering that on the house and taking 4 feet off the right side and adding 3 feet to the left. So the two-story addition is 1.5 by 3 feet, and it's under the front porch. We have an existing non-conforming setback of 6.7 feet on the side yard, where 8 foot is required. We're going straight up on top of that and not decreasing that setback amount. We're also exceeding the maximum building coverage of 25%. We're requesting a building coverage of 29.54%. The existing building coverage right now is 23.95%. When you calculate the leftover square footage, it's only 63 square foot left over. So We're adding a cantilever and a front porch. It's bringing it up to 29.54. It's 76.6 square feet for the cantilever, 213.55 for the front porch square feet. That's what we're adding. And we're also over the gross floor area. 2,900 square feet is required, and we're proposing 3,376.29 square feet, where 2,900 square feet is required. That includes the basement, which is roughly 1,000 square feet. The addition itself is 1,000 square feet, so it's not a tremendously sized addition. There's plenty of houses with second-story additions in the area. Certainly fits the characteristics of the neighborhood. And I think that covers it. There's a side door and a side stoop on that 6.7 side yard that we're actually removing, so it's actually making it more open on the side yard.
I was to the property earlier, and, you know, my concern is always with Hicksville that we want to preserve the character of the individual neighborhoods. I didn't see a ton of houses on the street that had the second-story addition, but I'm glad you brought the picture. It certainly looks like it would be a nice add. Do you have any consents from the neighbors joining?
Yes, I meant to bring that up. We have all the adjoining neighbors across the street, left and right and behind, and there was about 4 houses with second-story additions on that street. Not every single one of them, but there was a handful of them there.
I appreciate that you have the consents, and that makes our job much easier. Nobody knows a neighborhood better than the people who already live there.
Correct.
Thank you. Any other questions? Anyone from the audience wish to speak? Okay, correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Case is closed, and you will be notified of the decision.
Great, thank you, have a good night.
Hearing number 9, appeal number 23-676, Arwana Nawabi at 6 Prospect Street, Hicksville, New York.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address?
Andrew Kaplan, architect, Oyster Bay Drafting, 68 West Main Street, Oyster Bay.
Thank you.
We have in front of you a property seeking a variance for the front, side, and rear yard setbacks, lot coverage, floor area, the setback for the garage, and the eaves and gutters on the dwelling. As a first point of notice before going into each point of the variance, this is a non-conforming property in the R17 zone. The minimum lot size usually for an R17 is 7,000 square feet. The lot size for this particular property is 4,776 square feet, deficient of 2,224 square feet. That property was subdivided back in 2018 under the ZBA decision 17-289. This home, being both built partially over the existing foundation and new foundations being added to complete the new home, is being built for Mr. and Mrs. Nawabi's son, who's going to be inhabiting this particular property while they are next door at 10 Prospect. Concerning the setbacks, the front yard and the side yard setbacks, based on the existing home that's there now, are not changing during this proceeding. The front yard setback is proposed at 8.2, while the required due to average front yard setback is 12.47. We are coming forward due to the fact of the front portico encroaching further in, but that is, I guess, a necessary evil when you have the front door in the front of the house, with the house being so close to the property. And we're keeping that the portico, to the minimum code compliant size of 3-foot depth. So we're not trying to create a further encroachment where we could avoid it. The side yard setback is for 5 feet. It's the same 5 feet we have currently on the property, while the required is 8 feet. Concerning the rear yard setback, the required is 25. We have proposed 23.76. The existing house already was non-conforming with 24.44 feet, and due to the fact that the property does angle slightly westbound, that property narrows. So although we're keeping the exact same wall line to the rear of the house because it's square, because it does pull forward, we have a slightly less setback in that case. Concerning the lot coverage, the maximum required is 25%. Proposed is 35.61. One, due to the site size, it kind of skews the numbers a little bit. The square footage of the proposed overall coverage is 1,701 square feet. Of that, 1,365 is actually the dwelling itself, the rest being the garage, roughly 29% of that 35%. Same thing kind of goes for the gross floor area. Again, because the property is so small, the house looks tremendous on the property. However, it's a relatively modest sized home. Although the total square footage is 3,983 square feet. Of that, the first and second floor totaling is only 2,731, which is a modest sized home in the neighborhood. It's a functionally pretty standard home. There's 4 bedrooms upstairs, standard open floor plan you see in most homes now internally. And overall, when it comes to the function of the home, it's pretty standard to every new home you see being built these days. For the garage, what's concerning is the front yard setback of that garage. Again, it's a narrow property, so we have a slight disadvantage there. However, the 40-foot setback, even though it's required 50, is the current setback that the existing garage has there now. That garage is actually going to be lifted and put back in place over there. So that existing garage is just being just translocated. I'll take any questions, and then I'll see what I can do.
Any questions? Anyone? Anyone from the audience wish to speak? Okay, correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The case is closed, and you'll be notified of decision.
Thank you very much. Hearing number 11, appeal number 23-748, Ricardo Gonzalez at 119 South Fordham Road, Hicksville, New York.
I thought so.
They do nice stuff, but what they that street is small.
Proceedings.
Yes, I do.
Name and address, please.
Michael Palumba, architect, 80 Elizabeth Drive, Bethpage, New York, 11714. Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. I'm appearing on behalf of Ricardo Gonzalez of 119 South Fordham Road, Hicksville, New York. We're requesting a variance for proposed alterations and to reconstruct the existing dwelling as a new dwelling, which is located in an R17 zone and does not have the minimum required average side front yard setback of 27.52 feet, proposing a side front yard setback of 24.5 feet. The proposed reconstruction as a new dwelling exceeds the maximum permitted building coverage of 25% and gross floor area of 3,275 square feet, proposing a building coverage of 29.19% and a gross floor area of 3,445.81 square feet. Ricardo Gonzalez and his wife Michelle are lifelong residents of Hicksville and are looking to stay in the community and raise their family here. This is a corner lot property and the current living space is on the north side of the dwelling.
Thank you. Thanks.
Any increase to the existing floor area requires the need for a variance. The proposed alterations will allow them to increase the living room and kitchen area in the current dwelling for their family. We are also requesting a variance to maintain an existing roofed-over patio or canopy attached to the existing detached garage to be used as a cabana, which does not have the minimum required side front yard setback of 50 feet from Belmont Road, maintaining a side front yard setback of 23 feet. The existing canopy abutting the proposed cabana exceeds the maximum rear yard coverage of 437.5 square feet. 1/3 maximum permitted building coverage of 618.75 square feet for an accessory structure, and 40% of the allowable building coverage of the principal dwelling, maintaining a rear yard coverage of 723.75 square feet, an accessory coverage of 723.75 square feet, and a building coverage of the principal dwelling of 49.36%. There is no intention of further enclosing the structure in any way, and we would have no objection with the board conditioning the application as such if approved. The existing AC unit behind the proposed cabana exceeds the maximum permitted encroachment into a side yard of 4 feet and does not have the minimum required rear yard setback of 3 feet, maintaining an encroachment of 3.5 feet and a rear yard setback of 2.5 feet. The AC unit will be properly screened from the abutting neighbor as well as the street. The proposed in-ground swimming pool does not have the minimum required average side front yard setback of 24.5 feet along Belmont Road, proposing a side front yard setback of 5 feet. The pool equipment will have a side front yard setback of 20 feet. This is a corner lot property, and as you can see on the site plan that was submitted for this application, this is the only feasible location for the proposed pool. We're also requesting a variance for a proposed 6-foot-high vinyl fence, which exceeds the permitted height of 4 feet along the side front yard along Belmont Road. And as you can see in the photos that were submitted to the board, the fence will not impede any sight lines along South Fordham Road and Belmont Road or any neighboring driveways along Belmont Road. We were previously before this board for 2 applications which were granted for this property under decision number 23-10 dated January 5th, 2023, and decision 23-70 dated February 16th, 2023. The reason we are before you again this evening is that the prior decisions were revoked by the building department so that we could combine and present the 2 together as one this evening. Photos of the property along with 11 letters of consent, which include 2 of the 3 abutting property owners, have been submitted to the board. The property is well maintained, and proposed and existing conditions are consistent with the character of this neighborhood, and that completes our application.
Do you have elevations? Thanks.
Some of the previous decisions.
Want to keep these as I keep these? Thank you.
Mr. Palumbo, is one of those neighbors the one most affected by that cabana in the back?
One of the neighbor directly affected by the cabana has signed the letter of consent.
Great.
Does anyone in the audience wish to speak?
I can understand, first of all, I'm sorry that it happened, that they revoked and sent you back over, because I know it created duplicate work, and I'm sorry for your clients, but I understand why, because it is a big application, it's a lot. You know, between the amount of lot coverage and the cabana combined. The fence is fine for me, the driveway I think makes sense, and I get the pool. But there's something between the size of the cabana and the size of the dwelling that just doesn't quite feel like the rest of the community, like it doesn't match. I don't know if anyone else feels that same way, or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. All right, well, I guess we'll see how the discussions go during deliberation. Thank you.
Understood.
That's my only concern really was that cabana, because it looks like it's a substantial, it's substantial building almost, but it took over, it was the prior garage? It was converted?
It was an existing garage.
Right.
And what they did is they extended the roof line of the garage forward towards the street, creating the roofed over patio or the canopy.
Yeah, so I mean...
I've been before the board several times with garages that have the side roof over.
Right.
So it's, instead of on the side, it's in the front, it's almost the same square footage.
Yeah, because it looks like it's very close to the side, so my concern was the neighbor, but if they have the...
Yeah, we have a consent, and that side,
Is the cabana, the way it's being proposed, absolutely necessary to the application? I think that's, I'm trying to like get a handle on, just seems like a lot for, you know, it's not Muttontown with like acres and
No,
acres and
understood.
acres of space.
It's existing.
And you've got a converted garage and a cabana, right? It's 2 different structures being put into one?
it's the same structure.
It's all one
Yeah,
structure?
the garage was converted to a cabana. Basically, it's a workout
Rebecca, you
area
see what's up?
for the kids.
This one was
There's some
nice.
cabinetry in there. There's no plumbing.
There you go.
There's no,
Okay, and I'm sorry, 'cause
simply a storage and workout room space.
I know a colleague asked this already, but the neighbor who's, like this neighbor, is that one of the consents that we have?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's helpful.
And even the previous applications, I had submitted at least 11 or 12 consents on this application as well.
And there's like a front door looking thing on the cabana? And what, again, I'm sorry.
On the side of the cabana?
No, wait. This,
Yeah, on the side of the
house
cabana.
door. And so when you go in behind that,
Mhm.
that's where the workout room is?
Yeah, that's fully open.
And there's no plumbing,
No plumbing,
no heating?
no heating. We made sure it was represented properly on the plans, because I think there was a labeling that was questionable originally, and that's been corrected, if I remember correctly. Yep.
Thanks, Michael.
Anyone in the audience, again, after hearing anything? Okay. Any more questions? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The case is closed, and you'll be notified of
Thank
our
you.
decision. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hearing number 12, appeal number 23-671, Bruce Goldblatt at 12 Piper Place, Old Bethpage, New York.
Thank you. Again, for the record, Michael Palumba, architect, 80 Elizabeth Drive, Bethpage, New York, 11714. Appearing on behalf of Bruce Goldblatt of 12 Piper Place, Old Bethpage, New York, we are proposing to install a gas generator located in an R17 zone, which does not have the minimum required rear yard setback of 8 feet and is located more than 8 feet from the existing dwelling. Proposing a rear yard setback of 3 feet and 28 feet from the dwelling. The proposed generator will be installed parallel to the existing shed and will replace the existing propane tank that's there now. Also note that the generator will be properly screened from the adjoining neighbor as well as his own yard, as you can see in the photos. There was a previous zoning board decision for this property, decision number 16-473, dated November 17th, 2016, to construct a roofed-over porch exceeding the maximum building coverage. Photos of the property, along with 10 consent letters, which includes all of the abutting property owners, have been submitted to the board. The property is well-maintained, and the proposed generator or alteration would be consistent with the character of this neighborhood. That completes our application.
Anyone have any questions?
No.
Screening of this is, would they consent to screening?
Yes, on one of the photos that I submitted, you can see that the tank, the existing tank is properly screened.
Okay.
It's screened from the neighbor as well as his own yard.
Great.
It's going to go in the same location, you could barely see it. So one photo, there's one very good photo there.
Oh, great,
Let me
okay,
see it.
perfect. Perfect. Does anybody in the audience wish to speak? Okay, correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The case is closed, and you'll be notified of our decision.
Thank you.
Hearing number 13, appeal number 23-669, Naravan Bella Shah at 84 Manor Street, Plainview, New York.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bella Shah.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
And your name and address.
Yeah, my name is Bella Shah.
Can you pull the mic down?
Oh, sure.
Just a little bit, thank you.
My name is Bella Shah, and I am from 84 Manor Street, Plainview. We are the new homeowner of this property. We do have 6 feet fence existing there, and I just request the variance to allow existing 6 feet high fence exceeding maximum height across side front yard Manor Street, than permitted by ordinance. We just want to maintain that because we do have 2 kids, 2 little kids of 7 and 11 years old. So as a being mother, I feel it's safe for them. So I request you to maintain it.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? Oh, yes, please come up.
Did you have a seat, please?
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, no. Could you have a seat, please?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. And raise your right hand. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes.
Your name and address, please?
Jennifer Halper, 88 Manor Street, Plainview, New York. Hi, how are you? I just had a couple of questions.
Sure.
I just wanted to know how the fence that they're adding to the property will be impacting my current fence, because I have the fence on one side of them, it's the beige.
I don't think it's adding any, it's existing.
Mine's existing, And,
No, the one that they're talking about for their property is existing, so they're not adding another fence.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, then they're making it taller? I'm sorry, I just didn't
No,
understand.
there's an existing 6-foot fence there.
Right.
That's all they're saying. They're just trying to get it,
What
legalize it.
sometimes happens when someone either buys or sells a property is they find out, oh, there wasn't a correct certificate of occupancy or correct permit for something, and so often with a new homeowner, if they're diligent
Oh.
and nice, they try to clean up those issues.
Oh, okay, very good. I just wanted to understand it, that's all.
Absolutely. It's what's
Yeah,
over
thank
there
you. I
now.
didn't, because I couldn't picture it with the language in the,
Yeah, no, it's
Totally
whatever
fair
there now.
question.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, oh, exactly, okay, very good. Thank you very much, have a good night.
Thank you.
You're
Appreciate your
welcome.
time.
Any other questions from the audience or from the board?
So it's an existing
That's the-
fence, and I just want to keep it because we came to know that it's not permitted. So we try to clean up the
Great.
permissions, yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, it's right here.
See whose driveway that is in?
Yeah, that's her, Sandra has a...
Well, no,
Yeah,
it's
that's her
existing, she's
driveway.
okay with it.
That's her driveway.
Blocking, right?
No.
No? Okay.
There's nothing.
Okay. All right, any other questions? Okay. Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Okay, the case is closed, and you'll be notified of our decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
And thank you for coming, too.
Hearing number 14, appeal number 23-706, Michael Chiara at 32 Forest Drive, Plainview, New York.
Council come through for the proceedings?
I do.
Your name and address?
Michael Shara, 32 Forest Drive, Plainview, New York, 11803. Thank you. Good evening, members of the board. Thank you for hearing this appeal tonight. I'm here as architect as well as resident of 32 Forest Drive, Plainview, New York. It's in residential zone R17, section block and lot 12, 386, lot 18, and again, appeal number 23-706, requesting relief on some existing structures on my property, following variances. One, to allow the existing rear wood deck with steps to grade having less side yard setback, rear yard setback, and exceeding the maximum building coverage of 25% by 2.2%. Also, allowing for an existing shed having an approximate 6-inch less side and rear yard setback than permitted by the ordinance. And then finally, allowing the existing air conditioning unit, which exceeds the maximum encroachment into the side yard, having less side yard setback than permitted. Since the home did have existing variances that were granted back in 1968, there's also the need to amend the application, or amend the appeal, I should say. Just some existing characteristics that we should note about the home is that the property has an existing nonconformances, several areas, existing nonconforming lot width of 8 feet less than what is minimum, 62 versus 70 feet. Also, an existing nonconforming lot area, and of 800 square feet less than what is minimally required. Also, that the existing property has an existing non-conforming and diminished side yard of 7.5 feet, where 8 feet is minimum. As such, the required aggregate is also then 6 inches less than what is minimally required at 19.5 feet instead of 20 feet. So a few things just to note about these structures. So I do this for a living. I do this for everybody else. I have to ethically stand before everybody else and say, well, I've done the same thing for myself. And I don't want to let my wife have to clean up this mess after I'm long gone. So I want to do it, get ahead of it, and just, come forward and clean it up, do the right thing. So some of these things we were just unaware of. Certainly, even the deck, it wasn't until my own company surveyed the shed, and it was larger than 100 square feet. According to the spec, it was 96 square feet, so really shouldn't have needed a permit, but they measured to the outside of the aluminum siding, so, you picked up a couple inches that way, and my surveyors are very honest, and they're not going to change their numbers, so it is what it is. We stand before you for that. But a few things to note. We don't believe that these structures create any undesirable change to the neighborhood. They're definitely well within the character of the neighborhood. In fact, there's precedent all around my adjoining properties. Similar variances were granted to my neighbor to the north just recently for a deck also that exceeded the minimum side yard setback. I've spoken to all my neighbors who are adjoining on the properties to the left, to the right, and to behind us. No one has an issue with any of this. Again, we feel that there's no adverse environmental impact either. The deck is screened heavily from the neighboring properties, so there's no sort of lines of sight, provides ample open space still, and the yard is functional. My kids play soccer in the backyard, no problem. We believe that also they're not very substantial, as I mentioned earlier. You know, it's a 2.2% over the threshold, 6 inches on the setback. And again, also, you know, I mentioned the nonconformances because, you know, again, if the property was developed as per the minimum requirements, a lot of these variances wouldn't be needed, especially with the setbacks as well as the diminished lot area. So I will end my presentation now, invite any questions or comments, clarifications.
What about the, on the existing air conditioning unit?
Yes.
Is that screened?
It is screened by, yes, it is screened by shrubbery.
Fine.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Anybody else have questions?
No.
Anyone in the audience wish to speak? Okay, correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The case is closed and you'll be notified. of
Thank you very
decision.
much. Have a good evening.
You too.
Hearing number 15, appeal number 23-692, Dahlia Lisker at 13 Turret Lane, Woodbury, New York.
Tell the truth on these proceedings.
I do.
Name and address, please.
Nicholas Capucci, C-A-P-P-U-C-C-I. I work for Todd O'Connell Architects, 1200 Veterans Highway, Suite 120, Hauppauge, New York. Good evening, board members. I do have letters of consent and some photos and a green card I got back in the mail.
Thank you.
So I'm here today representing Mrs. Lisker. She's homeowner, is here with me today. She's here today. We are proposing a second floor addition and a first floor, one-story bump-out addition in the back. With this addition, we are increasing the gross floor area than what's permitted. Permitted is 4850.27. We are requesting 5,324.13 feet. Not a very substantial request in gross floor area, as previous variances we have seen pass before with this number. As we filed for the additions, the rear shed came up and needed a permit. The rear shed does not have the required rear yard and side yard setback of 20 feet. We're in an R1-20 zone. The shed has been there since the owners bought the house. There was a shed there previously in 2005 when the owners bought the house, and they recently fixed up the shed and just put the shed exactly where it was. The shed also exceeds the maximum height of 10 feet. It's 11.67 feet. You see the shed, it's like, it's not a gable roof, it's a shed roof. So that top point, that max top point on the pictures that you see is about 11.67 feet. That's about it. If any questions, happy to answer.
Anybody have any questions?
I'd like to take a look at the proposed elevations.
And anybody from the audience wish to speak?
You have some-
Please come, okay, do you want to look at that first, or then have them speak after?
Only because then I won't be able to concentrate. Just give me
Good,
1 minute.
okay, just give a second.
Well, I just want to point out too, we are going over and squaring off that back, in the back, that picture that you see there. We're going to go over the existing garage with the house, not going over the footprint with the second floor. We'll stay within the footprint, and we're going to be lower than the existing ridge. The kitchen bump out and the rear addition bump out will be going about 6.5 feet to 40 feet, and it's for the kitchen and a back bedroom, as well as a laundry. That bump out is a one-story bump out, not two-story.
All right, you can come up now and be sworn in and speak. I know.
I think this one's actually both. It's like tilting this way.
Hi, I'm Adele Povel. I live next door.
Ma'am? Raise your right hand, please. Promise the truth during these proceedings.
Yes.
Your name and address.
Adele Povel, 11 Turret Lane, Woodbury, New York. I sent a letter also.
Yes,
Can you just spell your last name for me?
Excuse me?
Spell your last name for me?
P as in Peter, O, V as in Victor, O-L.
Thank you.
Okay. I live on 11 Turret Lane, and my house is next to the right side addition that they are bumping out 6.5 feet. And I moved there in 1983. I'm an original owner of the home. Part of my consideration in buying the home, was the feel of the property. My kitchen window and my bedroom sliding glass door both face that way. My patio is over there. And I am not comfortable and do not want to look at a 6.5-foot bump out in the back of the house because it is going to block the space. I'm going to be looking at a house instead of, and there are shrubs, my shrubs there. I see blue sky, I see ground. So I'm against it, and I do want to say, as far as the shed goes, that wasn't the shed that was there when the people lived there before. This shed was built bigger, taller, and 2 or 3 feet from the fence. I never said anything about it, it's in the back of the property, but this is right where I look, and it's going to bump out 6.5 feet, and it's going to be taller than the area that's already there, and I just don't want it.
Understood. Would it be any type of increase that you'd be have an objection to, or is it, have you had a chance to look at the plans?
Yes, I came to look at the plans, and I did speak to them. I just really feel it's going to be intruding on my privacy, and I feel like it's going to devalue my house, and, I'm not saying, the going up of the second floor over the garage, I have a 1-story house, so that really doesn't affect me. It's the bump out in the back that affects me very greatly.
Okay.
Okay.
We appreciate your coming down. Part of our job, and I don't mean to speak over the chairwoman, but she's getting over a cold, so I'll...
Thank you.
You're welcome. Part of our job
Flu.
is to balance what the applicant is asking for against the rights of the people who live in the immediately adjacent areas. So we appreciate you coming out, and we'll take everything you've said, as well as your letter, into consideration when we have our deliberations.
Okay, thanks.
Does anyone else wish to speak?
She's seen it already.
Okay.
She doesn't-
Does anyone else have questions?
she lives to the right.
Okay. Correspondence, we do have a letter from Ms. Pavel that we will put in the record. In fact, I'll read it briefly for the record, even though you stated it. But I am writing to voice my strong opposition to Appeal Number 23-692. I'm the homeowner of 11 Turret Lane, Woodbury. Facing the homes from the street, I'm the home on the right side of 13 Turret Lane, and am most affected as most of the addition is on the right side of the home. When I purchased 11 Turret Lane, Woodbury in 1983, 13 Turret Lane was already built. Part of my consideration in purchasing my home was my view out of my kitchen window, primary bedroom sliding glass door, and view from my patio. I did not look at the side of a home. I'm against the first addition and do not want the variance granted. It is beyond the square footage allowed and will affect my view and quality of life. I strongly encourage you to vote against the proposed variance. Thank you for your dedication to our communities. Very truly yours, Adele Poval. So, that's in the record. Do we have any other correspondence?
Just Nassau County Planning Commission.
Okay,
Before
but he
you
wanted
close
to,
it, I wanted to see if you had anything.
yes.
Well, yeah, just to add to that point, it's unfortunate we just found out about this tonight or recently. We actually just went out and spoke to them, and we were coming up with ideas to work with them and kind of manipulate the back addition to work with them more, set it back more, bump it in about 4 feet, and kind of rework things to work with the neighbors here.
Well, would you like us to put it on reserve and you can spend some time,
That would be my,
Complete, yeah.
I would recommend that, because as a board, we generally do give a lot of deference to the immediate neighbor. You know, we have somebody coming in saying it's going to immediately impact them. And so if there's a way that this can be worked out mutually, I would suggest that you give that a shot. Am I misspeaking?
Yeah, no, I think that's,
We'll hold their slot and come back.
Oh, I was.
I was thinking to put it on reserve for 2 weeks and then,
Yeah, so let's,
And then-
if we could make a request for
And
that.
that's what that means? So you should
well,
put it on-
perhaps you could come up with a compromise on something.
Yeah, so
And
we're
it's-
a reserve, you're gonna hold the case open, and we'll work with something,
You
and
don't have to
resubmit
come
you some
back here, you
plans,
just have to
and work
maybe
with that.
submit new plans if you're going to make a change, that type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, let's do that. I could.
Call Ms.
we could do
Chronicle
that.
in the morning, and she'll give you all the information.
Okay.
Is that satisfactory to both of you? Do-
What does this reserve mean? So.
Well, he said he was going to work, well, you can't talk from there, I'm sorry, you have to come up, but he's going to work with you and see if there's something they can do to make this addition more feasible, more, better for you.
We're not going to make a decision on it tonight. We're going to
And-
hold it open for 2 weeks and see if you can come to an amicable resolution compromise between the two households, which we would love. And then if they resubmit adjusted plans, we'll vote on it at that time. You do not have to come back.
And if
Yes.
it's not readjusted, we will vote on what we have, so
Perfect.
that's how the decision will be made. Okay, anybody else wish to speak? Okay, aside from the letter which I read, any other correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommended local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Case is closed, and we'll put it on reserve for 2 weeks.
Thank you very much.
And the time you can come up with, if you come up with plans,
Yep.
That's a good idea.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe,
Hearing number 16, appeal number 23-677, Peggy Ma at 2 Forest Drive, Jericho, New York.
Party looks like they're going to be a happy camp party.
Again, for the record, Robert Schumacher, 1109 around Swamp Road, Old Bethpage. Passed up some photos, sent letters for the board. Representing Mr. and Mrs. Moore, they're seeking a variance to maintain a deck not having the required front yard setback, a pool and pool equipment not having the required front yard setback, maintain a driveway not having the required side yard setback, and to maintain a fence having greater height than required. This is a very unique parcel. It abuts 3 streets, Robbins Lane, Birchwood Park Drive, and Forest Drive. Anything that's done on this property would require a variance. The pool equipment, and deck are behind the fence and they're not visible from the street. I've taken many photos for the board. The fence does not pose interference with traffic in either direction. One of the intersections is controlled by a stop sign, and the other intersection is controlled by a traffic light. The neighbor abutting the driveway at 6 Forest Drive has signed a consent letter. Many of the homes in this immediate area have widened driveways. This is not out of character with this neighborhood. As the photos show, the property is in excellent condition and has always been well-maintained, and there's never been any violations on this property from the town.
any questions? Anyone in the audience wishing to speak? All right, correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The case is closed, and you'll be notified of our decision.
Thank you, have a good evening.
You too.
Hearing number 17, appeal number 23-687, 300 Michael Drive, owner LLC at 310 Michael Drive, Syosset, New York.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Eric Snipes, the law firm of Greenberg Traurig, 900 Stewart Avenue, Garden City, New York. I do have some photos, including an aerial and about 5 other photos for the board. Hand up. I'm here on behalf of 300 Michael Drive owner LLC, the owner of the premises. Tonight's application is a request for variances from the town's mechanical equipment rooftop screening requirements to maintain some rooftop units in the Syosset Industrial Loop, as I like to call it, which comprises of Eileen Way and Michael Drive. Premises is advertised as 310 Michael Drive, Syosset. It's also known as 300-325 Michael Drive and located on Nassau County Land and Tax Map as Section 15, Block 157, Lot 46. It's improved with a roughly 262,000 square foot, one-story multi-tenant warehouse situated at the southern end of Michael Drive. Property is surrounded by commercial and industrial uses, with the nearest residentially zoned property over 600 feet away to the east on the other side of the Long Island Railroad train tracks, which abuts the entire length of the easterly property line. And additional properties in the immediate surrounding area include the Tesla Service Center to the south, Long Island Sports Hub to the west, and the National Learning Center and Legend Nissan Service Station to the north. Many of the buildings in the surrounding area, including the abutting properties, have similar conditions to the relief we are requesting tonight. So the relief we are requesting tonight is seeking a variance to permit 17 existing HVAC units without screening on the roofs. A couple of days ago, I did go to the site, and the pictures to show, many of those pictures are from the entrance to the property, so at the southerly end of Michael Drive, so it's actually very difficult to see the HVAC units. There are approximately 17, so some of them you can't even see at all. This request is in character with the surrounding community and will not have a negative impact on surrounding areas, as many of them have similar conditions. With that, that concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions?
No, I'm very familiar with the area, and I don't see this as,
Yeah, I know where that is too, yeah.
Right.
Anybody from the audience wish to speak? Okay, correspondence,
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
motion,
Decision.
the case is closed and be notified of our decision.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Hearing number 18, appeal number 23-668, Donna and Joseph Aredno at 11 Darby Place, Glen Head, New York.
Mr. Rand has 18, 19, and 21.
Excuse me?
Mr. Rand has 18, 19, and 21.
Okay.
Do we want to maybe call number 20 first before we take him, and then let?
Okay, yeah, why don't we do that?
Okay.
Then we'll do that then, yes.
Okay, we'll take number 20 and then.
Yeah. Hearing number 20, appeal number 23-705, David Joyce at 31 William Street, Glen Head, New York.
Thank you.
That's a good idea.
Councilman Truitt during these proceedings.
Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. Lewis Warner Consulting, 20 Cherry Street, Locust Valley, New York. I'm here tonight representing David and Ann Joyce at 31 William Street in Glen Head. Property is also known as Section 21, Block 32, Lot 202, and is situated in the R17 district. I'd like to submit the green cards and consents from all of the abutting neighbors and pictures of the site. I'm here tonight for 3 variances. The first variance is to construct a new garage exceeding the maximum permitted height. The proposed garage is going to be 13.29 feet in height. The maximum permitted height is 12 feet. We could, conform with the 12 feet, but aesthetically, it's much more pleasing to do the additional 1.5 foot or whatever. Also, this is a replacement of a garage. There's an existing old garage on the site. They're going to tear down that garage. They're going to build a smaller garage. The garage is 25 foot smaller in area, and they are going to move it away from the rear property line. The existing garage is 1.1 feet from the property line. They're going to move the new garage to 5 feet. This is for the neighbors' benefit in the rear. And the second part of the variance is to construct a detached garage and allow an existing 2-story deck to remain exceeding the maximum building coverage. The proposed building coverage is 27.14%, and the permitted building coverage is 25. The third part of the variance is to allow an existing two-story deck with steps to grade to remain exceeding the maximum gross floor area. The proposed gross floor area is 3,374 square feet. The maximum permitted gross floor area is 2,962. I'd just like to note that the rejection states that this is a two-story deck. Well, in fact, it is a two-story deck, but due to the topography of the site, this is actually the first floor, and it's a part of the first floor. It would come through the kitchen and then enter the deck through the kitchen door.
This is a hilly area?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, the slope, there's quite a slope from the street to their rear yard.
Okay.
The property is well-maintained. All zoning requirements have been met. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to try to answer them for you.
Any question, anyone from the audience wish to speak? Okay, correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The case is closed and
Thank
you'll
you
be
very
notified
much.
of the decision.
Have a good evening.
You too, thank you. Now, I guess we'll go with the
Back to
previous
hearings.
one.
18, yep. Hearing number 18, appeal number 23-668, Donna and Joseph Ravino at 11 Darby Place, Glen Head, New York.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Your name and address, please.
Michael Rant, 39 West Main Street, Oyster Bay, New York, 11771.
Thank you.
Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. My name is Michael Rant from North Coast Civil, and here this evening representing the owners of 11 Darby Place. We're seeking two variances. The first variance is to maintain an existing rear enclosed porch, which yields a existing building coverage of 23.77% rather than the required 20%. So this application came before the town. They were doing an interior renovation of their kitchen. So they submitted plans for that renovation, and it was flagged by the building department. The porch itself, it's been there for at least 10 years. It's a one-story covered porch in the rear of the property. It's a fully fenced-in property, well-maintained. The fact that it's been there for many years, I don't believe it has created any adverse impact to the property. And the second variance is to maintain an existing AC unit on the side yard. There is a walkway on the side yard, so the AC unit is pushed off on the other side of the walkway, and that's the reason for the separation from the existing home. Any questions from the board, I'd be happy to answer them.
Anyone have any questions? Anyone wishing to speak? Okay, correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Case is closed and you'll be notified of the decision.
Hearing number 19, appeal number 23-693, Charles Romano at 98 Woods Court, Glen Head, New York.
Again, good evening, Madam Chairwoman. Again, for the record, Michael Rant, North Coast Civil. We're here this evening seeking variances to construct a series of accessory structures in the rear yard of a property. I did submit to the town 3 consent letters from each adjoining neighbor immediately affected by the property. It's a bit of a unique site, the way you access it. It has a small point of entry off of Woods Court, and the home itself is angled. It's not really square with the lot, so it yields a bit of a unique shaped driveway in the front, which is the variances that we're seeking have to do with setbacks to a parking area. Obviously, because of the unique shape, it's almost like a flag lot, so it has the parking in the front. And then we're required a variance for side yard setback for the parking area. If any of the board members have been to the site, it is currently under construction, and they do have plans to install landscape screening along the properties to help mitigate any impact from the driveway. The other variances that we're seeking have to do with gross floor area. As it is, the home itself, which was recently constructed a few years ago, does meet the maximum gross floor area. So the cabana structure, which is really just a a bathroom with a small storage area. It's only 112 square feet, a very small structure, an open pavilion, and the pergola, they equate for the additional area, the gross floor area itself. These are, again, common amenities in the town and for a home of this, property of this size, and we feel that they will not cause any adverse impact. And again, we do have the consent letters from all of the adjoining properties. Any questions from the board, I'd be happy to answer them.
Anyone have any questions?
No.
Anyone in the audience? Okay, correspondence,
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
motion?
Decision.
Case is closed and be notified of our decision.
Thank you.
Hearing number 21, appeal number 23-681, Michael Rant, 6 Beaver Drive, Locust Valley, New York.
Good evening again. For the record, Michael Rant, North Course Civil, and I'm here actually representing myself. This is my personal home, and we're seeking a variance to construct a pavilion in the rear of the property. It is a unique shaped parcel. Anybody standing in the backyard would never think that there would be a front yard issue, but because there's a cul-de-sac that actually wraps into the property, it's considered a front yard, and we are required a front yard setback for the accessory structures. We do far exceed any side yard setbacks, so the minimum requirement is 30-foot side yard setback, and we're greater than 100 feet from any side yard. So there is no neighbor that would be affected by this. It's really just due to the unique shape of the property. The cul-de-sac is at a much higher elevation. We're about 10, 15 feet lower, and there's maybe 15, 20-foot evergreens that block the street view from the pavilion. It's really the ideal location for it. It's adjacent to the pool. The other variances that we're seeking are for AC units that are being maintained. Those were there when I purchased the home, and I'm legalizing those. The existing propane tanks, again, those were there. Those were installed legally with the permit issued by the town in their current location. We're not changing those. We're looking to just maintain those. And I'm looking to put a shed in adjacent to the propane tanks. It's less than 100 square feet, but again, because of the unique shape of the lot, it does require a front yard setback. Actually, living in the property, I can tell you that the landscaping along the street blocks any visual view from the structures. And I will continue to add landscaping to, make the backyard as private as possible. So any questions from the board, I'd be happy to answer them.
Anyone have a question? Anyone in the audience wishing to speak? Okay, correspondence,
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
motion.
Decision.
Case is closed and be notified. of
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Hearing holdover number 1, appeal number 23-282, Alan Vasquez, 11 Friendly Road, Hicksville, New York.
Thank you. Raise your right hand, sir. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
Yes, I do.
Your name and address, please.
Alan Vasquez, 11 Friendly Road in Hicksville, New York, 11801.
Hello.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Alan Vasquez, like I said. I live in the property that I just mentioned. We're seeking to expand our driveway on the front yard and also in the side yard, just because we don't have enough space to put 2 cars together. And that's an issue in the morning sometimes when me or my wife need to leave in the morning.
Right,
And also-
it's always good to keep cars off the street, so that's good.
Yeah, and also we're seeking in the side yard because, as you can see in the images, because as a safety measure, because we have young kids, we just want to make sure something we can park behind the fence, so the kids when we put them, when we have them get into the car, they don't run out of the streets. We're seeking going over what's permitted by the town, which is I think 3 or 4 feet by the property line. So we like to do it as far as 1 feet from the property line. That's pretty much the variance we're seeking for.
Very good, okay,
Any
thank you.
questions?
Anybody here have questions?
No, I looked at the pictures, it looks like the house to the left has a bump out, to the right is
Yeah.
an extended driveway, and...
Yeah, and we spoke to the neighbors. They say they don't have any issue with that.
Good, good. I doubt it, but I'm going to ask if anybody in the audience has a question. Okay. Correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The case is closed and be notified of the decision.
Thank you very much. Bob.
Have a good night.
Hearing holdover number 2, appeal number 23-589, Joseph Massa, 30 Westbury Avenue, Plainview, New York.
I knew what I wanted to ask.
Council to adjourn the proceedings.
I do.
Name and address, please.
Salvatore Koshia, permit source 338 Jericho Turnpike, Syosset, New York, 11791. Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. Let me just give you these cards.
Thank you.
I'm here tonight on behalf of Mr. Mosa at 30 Westbury Avenue in Plainview. Property is located in R17 zone. He is proposing a second-floor cantilever addition that has a side yard of 4.6 feet and an aggregate of 14.4, where the required side yard is 8 feet and the aggregate is 20 feet. The addition also has a gross floor area of 3,493 square feet, where the required is 2,900 square feet. He'd also like to maintain a shed on the rear yard of 2.7 and a side yard of 0.4, where the required is 3 feet, and a semi-in-ground pool with a masonry surround that has a side yard setback of 3.9 to the pool, 2.65 to the surround, where the required is 5 feet. The fence that encloses the pool is 3.9 on the east side and 2 feet on the west side, where the required is 5 feet from the pool edge. There's also a variance on here for a 6-foot PVC fence in the front yard. That's inaccurate. It's a 4-foot PVC fence. I don't know if it was just a mistake on the exam there, but I took a look at the plot plan. It shows a 4-foot fence being relocated onto the property. There was a 6-foot fence on the side, but it's 4 feet on the front. I don't know if anybody got a chance to drive by the property, but it is a 4-foot fence. And Mr. Moss has a family of 5. The addition is for rooms for the children, because right now they're all in, they're sharing rooms. And Mike, I don't know if you saw that on here.
Understand that.
I didn't, sorry, hello.
I was just going to ask him, well, why don't you ask your question while he's looking?
No, I was
that up?
just going to say, I didn't drive by it, but I'm very familiar with it. I have a friend that lives on that street, and I know there are a lot of homes that have gone up. I wouldn't mind looking at the elevations just to see what they look like.
No, there's 4 as well. So what he did, see, it showing 6 to here. This section is a 4-foot fence. He just did it like here. So they just assumed it was 6 foot. That's not even called out at all. I know. So it's not marked.
It's
not called out at all, whether it's 6 foot or 4 foot.
Oh, okay.
But it is a 4-foot fence. I actually went by, I have a picture on my phone, if you want to pass my phone around and show it to you guys.
Believe you.
All right, yes, we believe you. Okay.
It's your,
I swear it's a 4-foot fence. If
Okay.
not, I'll go cut it down myself.
so that's
The elevation.
That's the last one on the,
If you want to withdraw your request.
yeah, we can withdraw that one, absolutely. Yeah, withdraw it because it's a 4-foot.
Withdraw E, because it's,
Yes.
okay.
I mean, this looks like what's going up in the neighborhood. This is, pretty typical. Okay. Thank you. Did you say you had consents or no?
No, Mr. Mosa did speak to his neighbor directly on his sides. He doesn't have consent letters from anybody, but he's spoken to most of them, and nobody has an objection.
So it would seem.
Yes. And we will just ask, does anybody wish to speak?
Anthony?
No, Anthony?
Appreciate it.
Okay, correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion.
Decision.
Case is closed, you'll be notified of our
Thank you.
decision.
Have a good night, everybody.
Okay, we're withdrawing
Thanks.
E. All right, we are finished.
Finished.
Couple minutes.
Yeah, that's true about that.
Yeah?
Charlie?
Yeah, thanks, Ronnie.
County,
I want to ask you, the last meeting, what's his name, Gennaro, did he show
He said he took Michael went out and called him, and
We just not know, Andrew?
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah, that stuff can, yeah.
yeah, so that's what happened. He said he wasn't feeling well. Took it early and
Yeah.
just slept right through. It won't go. I said he tried calling Michael. So anyways.
But he's okay.
Yeah,
He
he's
didn't have-
okay.
yeah, you
They all
was
had to be
worried he had an
rescheduled.
accident or a heart
Yeah,
attack. Yeah,
no,
no.
nothing like that.
Good job. Keep it up.
Can we get letters for that? Are we gonna get a letter for that?
No.
Not letter. No good letters?
None of my business.
How's the family?
Good. Good. Taylor turns 7 next week.
Oh, my God.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I know, I was thinking about the Christmas that he was born, like that race, we were at the holiday party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Learn now. Thank God. Yeah, well, good. My husband will turn 2 in December. so-
Wow. Did you stay, are the kids in Plain Edge School District?
They are, yeah. My one, Mateo's in the special ed program there, the other one's to be on the,
Okay.
start
Right.
scratching school next year.
Plain Edge is good.
Yeah, that's great. We'll see what happens.
And he's in school?
Takes the bus and everything.
Oh,
Loves it.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah, come a long way.
It sure has.
Yeah.
7, wow.
I heard Arlene's husband passed away.
Um,
Very suddenly, apparently.
yeah, he had a brain bleed.
Oh, Jesus, really?
They were floating in the Dead Sea the day before Gaza went bombed. They were on their way home. So it wasn't his time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it really was.
You know what the trick is? I can't pronounce it, just spread over.
You do.
That's
You pronounce it, you don't hesitate, you make your own
Right.
pronunciation because nobody else knows except
It's true.
the applicant, and they want a favorable decision, so they're not going to criticize.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Andrew?
Goodbye-bye.
Anthony, good seeing you.
How's Charlie doing with his college search?
He's got a couple of front runners. We're gonna start visiting some places in the spring.
Where is he thinking?
Like, he really likes WashU in St. Louis. It's like top choice right now.
Wow,
Okay.
what would he major in?
He wants to major in psychology, but I think it's more that he just likes the campus and maybe
Okay.
the idea of being somewhere totally different. That's not like, it's not a city, it's not, so that's, he really, and he also likes Vassar.
That's a nice school.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was like, you're so literary. I was like, I know.
No,
she's gonna
but your
love
daughter
Vassar.
almost went, no, not that.
My daughter went to Colgate.
I know, but what was the other one? She was Colgate.
Was that the one?
But she got into UVA, but she chose Colgate over UVA.
Which one is
It
this?
should be on his list. That's actually,
That's a
no
good-
one has
yeah.
said that, but that's like in
You
that.
should
The one I was
same
talking
sort of-
about?
Somebody suggested
The
it,
one I
and
asked
it's funny
questions about?
because she originally hadn't
Oh, it
thought
might.
of that, and somebody says that.
He said there
to
was
us, so
just a
she
gym
applied to
inside there
Colgate,
now?
And she
Yeah.
loved it.
Is there not?
If he would like
Yeah.
that too, it's,
It's in that same feeling.
yeah, it's country, a lot of cows, not many people, but it's a beautiful campus, it's a real
The
campus.
first time, I think, wasn't there like a bathroom or at least, I think there was plumbing in there.
How did you like?
London was, I mean, it was a conference, so it was just, I didn't see very much. I was just there,
Right.
You were working.
He was working, and that was fine. And then I went
Yes.
to Egypt, and we were
That's the same
in
house,
Luxor and
right?
Cairo, which was
Oh, imagine.
trip of a lifetime. Yes, yes, and it's someplace I've
Right,
always
right.
dreamed of going.
Is it like, just like the picture?
It was like living in an encyclopedia.
Yeah,
It was
that's
so
what I
cool.
picture when you open it
So
up.
it was incredible.
Can we send building there?
I watched Death on the Nile every time it
See what's
comes out.
inside?
I love Death on the Nile, and we did that. We did a Nile River cruise.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you mean?
Yes.
So do you go with
Let's go to reserve and have them
colleagues?
go
This was
take a
with a
look at it.
colleague. We went together.
overhang, right?
That'll
That'll be my problem with it. And that'll get
It is.
approved?
He's a gentleman from my
from,
office.
fire marshal?
Has
It's
a
manufacturer
partner,
specifications.
So it's
If they,
very comfortable
says
for
it
me.
can
So
do
we're
it.
able to travel together, but I feel like I have a little masculine
Yeah.
energy,
How is the safety aspect over there? Is security tight? or-
All right,
I mean,
let's put that on reserve.
I think anywhere in the
I wanna-
Middle East
yeah,
is always
and-
going to
yeah.
have tight security,
Yeah,
right?
I
They
remember.
check
It's
before
big.
you come into the hotel. They
My
have
concern with that one
detectors.
was,
But I
right,
think
and it's
that was
right on the property
before
line.
and always
Had it
be.
over his head.
The first like few days, I was very hesitant to talk about it at all. I didn't tell anyone I was Jewish. I was very but by the end of the week, we had, our last
Right.
guide was a PhD,
Yeah.
very well educated, and I spoke to him and I told him my background, and we had a couple of very nice conversations.
Right.
I'm not gonna
Well, he
expect
expanded it, right.
someone there to be a pro-Israel supporter, of course not. But if you can have a conversation with someone that's
But they didn't
respectful.
expand the internal area.
Um,
They just
and
expanded the roof just to have like a cabana
I
type.
never felt
overhang.
unsafe
Right.
at all.
Right.
Not
Right.
once.
no heat, but he's got.
That's great.
Yeah, you're right. I
Yeah.
mean, that AC unit is too far to serve the house.
Correct, that's what
So
I'm
it's
thinking.
definitely-
Right, it's for that.
So a lot
maybe it's
depends
one
on
of
which
those wall
cruise line
units
you
that
pick,
does
right?
AC
Because
and
there's a
heat.
variety, but I
Right.
think
But
if
it's
you
like
would do it for like,
Yeah.
right now especially, even like
Oh, yeah,
4,500
so you
per
would have-
person,
Yeah.
without the flights.
That's
Yeah.
common now for
I would
garages.
think like
You
10,000.
do the split unit and then.
So how long, so
To have
where do
the-
you
the-
fly to?
There's
Get
ones
onto
that
the-
go
AC,
in the wall
yeah.
and it's both. They work very well.
Yeah.
A short flight to get to Luxor. You
That's
do
common.
Luxor and then you
You
go
know
to Luxor.
Right.
How many stops are on the cruise?
Especially over there.
You can either do a 4,
Yeah, they're hanging out.
or a 7 night.
Right, when you get attached garage.
I think 3 is too short.
Yeah.
We met a couple on there who was doing a 7 night, and they were like very luxurious. Like
Should
they're
we start, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
like chill, which is nice. They didn't have to rush to see everything. They had a lot of time. It was
You
cool.
say it, right?
Yes. Okay.
I still want to go to Australia, that's my bucket list.
Meeting,
That's a big
we
one.
would have talked about it, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's one that Andrew mentioned he thought was
Number
big.
9?
Yeah,
Yeah, I wanted to show you guys one.
Okay.
What are you talking
When we get to number 9? Okay.
yeah, Andrew mentioned that.
You want to, we'll do that when we get to it?
That's large.
Okay, good. Okay, number 1 was postponed, so that's, hearing 1, Appeal 23-659, Lori Blitzer, that was postponed. Hearing 2, Appeal 23-670, Matthew Gardner at 2 Sunset Boulevard, Massapequa.
This money,
I was-
this money held in escrow.
Yeah, I was fine with that. I'll move it. Kathy will second. Does anybody have any objections?
No.
Okay, so everybody is aye. Hearing 3, Appeal 23-678, Gina Bedell at 27 Deepwater Avenue, Massapequa.
I'll move this one.
Okay, Anthony will move it.
Andrew.
I'm sorry. Andrew.
Wait, Well, he you were just changed spoken his to name.
Anthony, that's why, yeah, sorry.
All the time.
And he's not on the board, he can't do it.
Doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
Who, anybody want a second?
I'll second.
Lisa will second, okay. Okay. Hearing 4, Appeal 23-707, Regis Dillon at 36 Ripplwater Avenue, Massapequa.
I will.
Okay, Kathy will move it, I'll second, oh, Rebecca, you want to second it? Okay, too.
Get my name on the record.
Okay. Hearing 5, Appeal 23-754, Adam Logides at 42 Hampton Boulevard, Massapequa. I'll move that,
I'll second.
and Kathy will second. Everybody, okay?
Yes,
What?
he did a good job.
He
Yeah.
did a good
Is
job.
he- is he
He's an
taking over
architect.
his son?
I've
Is
been
he
in
taking
before.
Al's,
Yeah.
is he doing it just for himself, or is he taking over Al's?
He's taking over the business, I believe.
He's taking over
That
Al's.
was pretty sick.
Yeah, I've heard that, yeah,
Oh, he's a nice man, yeah.
He's
yeah.
been-
But he's been sick for a while.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
been, I worked with Debbie when she worked for me, and it was, oh my God, poor Al was always sick. When they said my mom and dad are unable to do the holidays anymore, I was gonna say, have you checked with your mother on that? She's never gonna get.
Hearing 6, Appeal 23-758, Gary Sally at 78 Monroe Avenue, Massapequa. That did have a letter from 2 doctors for the
Oh,
need
yeah.
for that, so that's a hardship.
I'll move it.
Okay, and I'll second it, okay. Okay, number 7, Appeal 23-664, Richard Greco at 364 North Wyoming Avenue, North Massapequa. Anybody want to move it?
I'll move it.
Okay, Kathy?
second it.
And Andrew? Okay, Andrew. Okay.
You will now be known as Anthony. Sorry.
I'm gonna call him.
Wait, who is the guy that before Don, Lean always called him Walter? It wasn't his right name. No one ever knew what his right name was. He was an attorney.
Anthony?
No.
No, was it
Paul? There was Paul, and then there was another one. And Arlene always called him the wrong name, and then she told us that was his name, and then one day he said, that's not my name.
Was it Dennis?
Dennis.
Dennis, it was Dennis. Dennis in the town.
Oh, Sheehan.
Sheehan, yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
God.
Hearing number 8, Appeal 23-666, Christina Mathako at 141 Cambridge Drive, Hicksville.
I think this is okay. I was
okay?
there. Yeah, I think it's all right.
Would you like to move it?
Sure, I would.
Okay, Rebecca?
I'll second.
Lisa will second, okay. Oh, now, 9 is the one you want to talk to us about first? Okay.
Yeah, this one I had, oh, go ahead, Mike, I'm sorry.
The original house was like basically just this. The original house is basically just this, so they're blowing it out this way and the second
And up.
floor above, right, sorry, this is the second floor, so this was the original, they blew out and they blew up, so you come in the front door, and if you go this way, it's a whole apartment, with a sink, a fridge, bedroom, bathroom, laundry room, and there's no other access back to the house other than
Oh,
through
so it's, oh,
here.
yeah.
So it's like clear,
Oh,
it's
that's
clearly an
ridiculous.
apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it settled out? It's a second kitchen?
No, it's just they call it a bar sink. So
What do they
put
call
in a
it?
small-
Bar sink.
So it's smaller than a kitchen sink.
But this is not on
and-
tonight, this was
Yeah,
postponed.
yeah, number
No, this is
9.
number
It's number
9.
9, this is case number
Here,
9.
wait.
9, not 10.
Okay,
It
so
says
it's,
postponed on my sheet.
No, 1 and 10. were
Okay.
postponed.
they said the existing garage to be located, was that, were they,
It must be detached?
obviously?
Yes,
Yeah, we
yes.
thought.
Relocated to like.
This is the one where I showed you all the houses, they're all capes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all honest-sized. like-
Yep.
Oh, and they're moving it to, okay, the proposed garage, got it.
Well, do we want to vote a no on it, or do we want to give them a chance to resubmit it?
It's big otherwise, besides,
I don't know what they can resubmit.
besides the kitchenette, it's
I guess they
big.
can scale it back, right? The property's so.
But not with the apartment, I mean,
think
the
we should
apartment is a hard
revise
no.
the floor plan if
Yeah.
that's something you guys can.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like,
Sure.
it's,
The gross floor area is double what it should be.
they
Yeah.
gotta, that has to be
No, it's
completely.
big on all.
So reserve and,
Scale down.
But that's the question, and do we want to reserve it and ask them to scale it down, or do we want to just vote no and send the message that we're voting no?
I would be for voting no.
Okay.
Yeah, they
You
bring in,
guys.
they bring
Yeah.
in- they bring in many applications in Hicksville that are large.
Yeah, they do great work, but they're always,
It's what?
It's oyster bay drafting, it's always oyster bay.
yeah,
Yeah, very large stuff.
yeah, they always do, I mean, they do beautiful jobs, but they're always, reaching for the next thing, so. But
And this
that's,
one in particular.
okay, so we'll,
yeah.
let's take a vote on that. Who wants to move?
No, Andrew, go ahead.
Okay, I'll move to deny.
Okay. Rebecca, did you want a second?
I'm going to second the motion to deny. It's, what's really standing out to me is the apartment with the entrance, that it's clearly designed to be two completely separate units. It's not something that we've been accepting of, and it's just not something that I'm comfortable even contemplating, to be honest.
And my opposition to it is more along the lines of it being just too big for that area. It's completely out of character with the neighborhood. They're all capes on that block, and this would be just kind of, I think there's one house on that block that's big, and I think it's the parents' house. So every other house on that block is a cape, and to me, that just, it's not what we want over there.
Yeah, and the GFA, as you pointed out, is almost up.
Yeah.
It's a huge ask.
Let's just poll it since we're doing a nay, poll the board. I'm voting no also. Lisa?
No. No.
Kathy, no, okay, so, all no's.
Thank you.
Nay.
Nay. Okay, postponed to hearing 10-23-683, Daisy Wilkonski, at 29 Fireplace Lane, Hicksville, is postponed. Hearing 11, appeal number 23-748, Ricardo Gonzalez at 119 South Fordham Road, Hicksville.
So I would ask that we put this on reserve so that the building department can go take a look at that cabana.
Did you mean code?
Code, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, code.
Okay.
Go
Do
take
you
a
want
look
them
at that
to do an
cabana.
interior inspection?
Yes.
Okay.
As pointed out, it does have a grill underneath the overhang of the cabana, which is problematic, could be problematic.
Right.
Okay, it's reserved.
Okay.
For now.
Number 12, appeal 23-671, Bruce Goldblatt at 12 Piper Place, Old Bethpage.
I'll move this. I didn't see
Okay.
a problem with it.
Andrew and Lisa, thank you. Hearing 13, Appeal 23-669, Nirav and Bella Shah at 84 Manor Street, Plainview.
This looked
That was-
okay to me.
Yeah, I thought that looked okay.
I'll move it.
Okay, I'll second it. Okay. Hearing 14, all in favor? Aye.
I guess okay.
Hearing 14, Appeal 23-706, Michael Sciarra at 32 Forest Drive, Plainview.
I'll move this.
Okay. And who's seconding it? Okay. And all in favor? Hearing 15, this is the one we,
Gonna put on reserve.
we put on reserve. Here, let me read in the record. Hearing 15, Appeal 23-692, Dahlia Liska at 13 Turret Lane, Woodbury. And we put this on reserve for them to come up with
Possible compromise.
possible compromise. And if he doesn't, he'll just,
Vote on it.
we'll just vote on what he has.
So, just a question, because I know he's gonna ask me. So he's not asking for any side yard variances at all?
Yeah.
So it meets the side yard?
Yeah.
So, he's gonna say to me, what do you want me to do? Like, it's a second, she doesn't want any second story.
I didn't understand.
But the area where she was talking about, she said she didn't have an objection to the garage, which was where the second story was. Her house was only 1 story, and the bump out in the back went back 6 feet, and it was only 1 story,
The
so.
reason we suggested is because he
Yeah.
started saying if he had known earlier, you know, they were starting
And
to
there
work
are
on things.
huge,
so-
there are huge trees, yeah, between the two houses. Like, I'm not sure what she's complaining about.
I'm not sure either. This always
It didn't
brings,
make a heck of
in
a lot
the
of
issue
sense,
that
yeah.
we had it down the South Shore a lot with the water. Are you entitled to a view?
But there's no view. Her
I
view,
know.
her view of these trees. I mean, she's
Yeah.
got trees that are like 30 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
You went and looked at it.
So
No, I saw it
The house is
online.
1 story,
If it
so.
was, if there was, he was
Nothing's gonna-
asking for a side yard, I could say move it away from her, you know, like, but he's not.
Right.
He's not asking for any.
I mean, Sue, he
he's
said he would
meaning
consider
all
that,
the
so,
sides, the
I know.
rears,
So whatever,
the
if he
fronts.
comes back with the same, we'll vote on it. If he
Okay.
comes back with, if he talks to
Yeah,
her,
if they
and
work
maybe there's a
something out,
little
they work
something,
something
maybe she thinks so I can get something
Yeah.
a little less, you know.
That's more of what I was
Yeah,
thinking,
yeah.
is that
Yeah.
sometimes just the conversation and
right.
something comes out of it, and if nothing comes out of it, we're not in any worse position than we
Yeah.
were,
Yeah.
and she's not sitting here staring daggers at us, so,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
know.
I don't think you're ever gonna please her.
They both looked very unhappy, both the applicant and the
Yeah.
objector were
It's
very
true.
unhappy
Well,
looking.
obviously, they live next door to each other.
Okay, I'll speak.
Lovely people. Okay,
Thank you.
whatever.
Go ahead.
Hearing 16, Appeal 23-677, Peggy Ma at 2 Forest Drive, Jericho. You got really easy names.
Right? I really did.
Um,
I'll
I
move
don't,
this.
okay, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
That was
16.
Anthony and you.
So, Andrew.
Me and Lorraine.
Nice.
Yeah, hearing number 17, Appeal 23-687, 300 Michael Drive, owner LLC. Fine with that, I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Okay, Rebecca will second. Okay, hearing 18, Appeal 23-668, Donna and Joseph Ravagno at 11 Darby Place, Glen Head.
I'll move it.
Okay.
second.
Okay. That's Andrew and Kathy.
Yes.
Hearing 19, Appeal 23-693, Charles Romano at 98 Woods Court, Glen Head.
I'll move this.
I'll second
Okay,
it.
who's moving that?
Me.
Okay, Kathy,
I'll second
okay. And who's seconding?
I'll second it.
Okay. Hearing 20, Appeal 23-705, David Joyce, 31 William Street, Glen Head.
I'll move it. Get consents from all the abutting neighbors. I didn't see
Yeah,
a big
he
problem
did,
with this.
okay.
Yeah.
Anybody want a second? or-
I'll second.
Okay, Kathy. Hearing 21,
We'll put this on reserve.
this, you said,
I did get a text that it was not affecting his side. I sent the
Oh, so he's
picture.
okay.
Yeah.
Sent the picture,
Okay.
and,
Okay.
yeah, he didn't know where it was located.
Gotcha. I'll move it.
okay, and let me just read that, Appeal 23-681, Michael Rand at 6 Beaver Drive, Locust Valley, New
I'll
York.
second.
And Kathy will second, and okay. Holdover 1, Appeal 23-282, Alan Vasquez at 11 Friendly Road, Hicksville. What a nice name for a street.
Oh, this was fine. The guy
Yeah.
did a nice
Yeah,
job representing
He did, he
himself.
really
I'll
did.
move it.
Okay, thanks, Rebecca. I'll second. Okay, and holdover 2,
He's withdrawn.
Appeal 23-589, Joseph Massa at 30 Westbury Avenue, Plainview.
He was withdrawn on this, right?
He is withdrawn, yes.
So he is withdrawn, right?
Right.
Okay.
I'll move it.
I'll
Okay.
move it.
Yep, I'll second it.
Okay, Kathy, and that's it. Okay, extension of times, can we do them all together?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll move it because I think with problems in the economy, with delivery of supplies and everything, that everybody deserves an extension of time. So I'll move that. Anybody want to second?
I'll second it.
Okay, and Anthony will second. And that's for all of them. You have parent-child?
I do not tonight have parent-child, we do have one.
Right.
Do we have reserved decision calendar?
We have one
Right?
reserved decision, that is Appeal 23-629, 23-632, that's Georgetown Properties.
Oh.
I did send you off all the emails from Ms. Monsick, which was the representative for the applicant, and I gave you the large exhibit that was from the neighbor.
Right.
And so you did see all of those, thank you.
And I went down and I checked the property again, and if they're facing the other way, the issue of the narrow street doesn't matter, because they won't be using that street, they won't be on that street. So, they did everything, I believe, the applicant did everything to accommodate. So,
Yeah, I have no problem with
I
it
have no
either.
problem.
Yeah, almost the entire neighborhood was
Right.
the same size as these were proposed.
Right.
Yeah.
I think there was only one or two that met the requirement.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I'll move it if you want.
I'll second it.
I'll
Okay.
second it.
Oh.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Go ahead,
That's fine,
Kathy.
you already said it.
Okay, so Lois and Andrew?
Yes.
Lois and Andrew granted on both parcels. And Rebecca was absent, and, okay, well, good. All right, thank you, everybody. That concludes our night.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Have him look into Colgan.
Good night, everyone.
Haven't looked
Good
at
night.
Colgate. No, I definitely will. I don't know why that hasn't been on his radar
You know what
already.
the other funny thing is?
Colgate.
Isolated, it's not like we do trips, like I remember, we did the Boston trip.
Yeah.
Then we did the Pennsylvania trip. And you do that, Colgan's all by itself. There aren't
So
other
these are the
colleges.
postponements, and then this is that.
A lot of cows go to
Yeah,
college.
give it.
So it's a trip on its
Well, we're gonna have a few of those. That St. Louis school is also not near anything else.
Well, what happened actually is, that's the only college we didn't get to see before she applied. And she said, I'll apply if I get in, and I'll go see it. She applied, she got in, we went up around the campus 10 minutes, she says, I'm going here.
Amazing.
That's how she got
That's what
started.
Rob did with Syracuse.
She did not go to the 2-7. I don't know.
Okay, good.
if
Yep,
they
tomorrow I'll
do
get my
Saturdays,
answers.
But they requested in her application, she had to submit a picture.
No, they can't do that now.
And she had to be blonde and blue eyes.
Well, she is blonde and blue.
No, I know, but they got him to check that out.
But I mean,
To
I've
fit
seen
the
I
stereotype.
thought that was a little.
Definitely, you
it
can't
was-
do that
yeah,
anymore.
yeah. And I thought that was skeezy, you know.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, thanks, everybody.
Are you okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
So where do you stay when you go to Aruba?
We're in the Hyatt.
So my brother-in-law's place is a timeshare, and now it's the Rio,
Yeah.
which is right next door,
Yeah.
right? The Hyatt.
Up a few.
Yeah, we used to go to the Hyatt for dinner, I think. Do they still do lobster on the beach? Is that the Hyatt that does that?
I don't know, I don't know.
It was so nice. There wasn't anything bad about Aruba, ever. Do you go like a timeshare, or that's just?
No, we stayed at the Hyatt, there's not time for
So nice,
Yeah.
so nice, so nice.
Coat.
Oh, I know what was next to us. Was it the Wyndham? Is the Wyndham there?
I don't know. How long ago was that, Kat?
Oh, my gosh. See you in a few weeks. Stay well.
You're going away, right?
We're going for 2 weeks. I had the day before a wedding my sister, you Joanne, you know my sister
Yes,
Joanne.
yes.
Her youngest son is getting married.
Nice.
So,
Great.
yeah, so it's gonna be fabulous. Oh, meet Lois.